Ooh, girl, I got a little preaching in that last video. Let's talk about it. So, girl, let's go ahead and talk about Miss Portia, girl. Portia. Portia is setting her and her bestie Shamia up for a sickening peach for season 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby. Recently, Portia posted a picture of her and her boo Simon, and Shamia commented, and Shamia said, perfect, whatever, like, congratulating them. And Portia responded, thank you for making it happen, girl. You a matchmaker. So now, Shamia was the one, allegedly, apparently, that set up Simon and Portia. Girl, what the hell? Baby, and what's funny is, I don't even think Shamia would even have a peach, to be honest, because I don't think she wants one. I don't think her husband kind of against it or whatever. But baby, this is interesting. She said, I'ma stick beside him. Girl, what? And Shamia said, up and the mother-loving stuck. And Portia said, thank you, bestie. Best matchmaker ever. Girl, I am screaming. This is Mexican messy boots. Girl, Portia know what she's doing. Portia is setting up her own universe on Bravo. Let me tell you something. Portia is coming for her things. And I'm out here screaming. Girl. I don't even know what to say, girl. Move it on. Let's talk about something else, girl. I can't even talk about it. Let's talk about this Issa Rae insecure Lauren London situation or whatever, where apparently Lauren London was supposed to be the lead. She was supposed to play Issa in Insecure. And apparently executives were trying to push Issa to cast Lauren London to get, and Issa pushed back on it, which allegedly led to some type of feud or like a whatever, falling out with Issa and Lauren London. Now, I don't, they probably cool now, whatever, but girl, this was a couple of years ago. This was reported recently. And let me tell you something. We already talked about colorism the other day, or the other video, but girl, ain't no way in hell I would have watched no Insecure with no Lauren London as no lead character. Lauren London, no. How the hell Lauren London, awkward black girl? When I think awkward black girl, I think of a dark-skinned black girl with glasses who reads and who's being picked on for having big lips or something like that. I don't think of no light-skinned girl being with no straight hair being awkward. I just don't. I see y'all as being, I just don't see that. I just awkward black girl. I'm sorry, ain't nobody challenging your blackness or whatever. I'm just saying, I just don't see that. I don't. So I love what Issa is a beautiful black woman, beautiful black dark-skinned woman. I like Issa Rae a lot. So Issa Rae says Nipsey Hussle helped me in her relationship with Lauren London after Insecure drama. So apparently Nipsey Hussle has something to do with this. Issa Rae is crediting late rapper Nipsey Hussle for helping her mend her relationship with his long-term girlfriend Lauren London. In a new interview with Vanity Fair as a June cover star, the 36-year-old actress explained how Nipsey, who was fatally shot, we know that, as Rae explained to the outlet, TV execs at the time had suggested that London starred in Insecure despite the series being partially based on Rae's YouTube series, Awkward Black Girl. Rae complained about London possibly being involved in the project at the time, which led to disagreement between the two. And you know what? Lauren London should have just said, you know what, girl, you're right. I like as a friend, even though the relationship is mended, I think that is really trash. I think that is really, really trash. Lauren London, like, girl, no ma'am. You should have said, hey girl, this is, why would you be mad at your friend for pushing back and saying, hey, this is my story. I want to play the character. And then you get mad because you ain't get carried. What the heck? Lauren London, let me be honest with you, sis. The only reason why they even interested was picking you is because you were palatable to white folks. Because you light skinned. That's it. That is it. It wasn't because of your acting. It wasn't. That once again tells us that dark-skinned black women have to work so much harder to be heard, to be seen, and to be casted. Because in what universe is Lauren London an awkward black girl? Tell me, somebody make that make sense for me. Give Monique, make that make sense. What universe is Lauren London? And I'm not coming dragging Lauren London specifically, but in what universe are we seeing her as an awkward black girl? What the hell? Somebody ain't doing the math right. I just don't see it. Like I don't see it, and I'm looking at Lauren London sideways. I'm just like, why would you be pissed off at your friend for that? Like, why would you be pissed off at something like that? That makes no sense at all. Like, girl, let me tell you something. If it's a light-skinned lead character on there, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not watching y'all Shondaland new black person being with a white person in love with them again. I ain't watching no more Shonda Rhimes interracial love affair movies, shows. I ain't watching none of. I ain't watching another show, another anything with a light-skinned lead. I ain't doing it. I promise you. If you don't put some dark-skinned folks in the lead, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. I ain't interested in it. Girl, y'all do it way too much. Keenan doing it with his new show, with his biracial kids. No disrespect to them. Not watching it. I am tired of it. Pushing interracial relationships, pushing light-skinned folks is not the work y'all think it is. It is tired. It's a tired trope, and I am over it. That's why I'm not watching that other show on HBO with that light-skinned queer boy. Like that shit looks so lame. I ain't watching that shit. I'm tired of watching y'all. Y'all ass don't do shit. It's like, I'm just trying to see what resume that Lauren London has to be playing awkward black girl. How the hell was she gonna do that? But they was gonna give her some glasses with some tape in it. Get shit out of here. So I'm glad they mended fences and all that. But girl, that don't make no sense to me. Lauren London, girl, you should be ashamed of yourself of being mad at that girl for that. That don't make no sense. Being mad, being upset or whatever. Like, girl, I can imagine it. Ooh, girl, all I can hear right now is they bullied on me. They called me pretty in high school. They didn't like me because I was light-skinned. Girl, please, light-skinned folks do not face colorism. Y'all experience racism. Y'all do not experience colorism. Point blank and a period. End of sentence. No going back. No reversing the charges. Period. Let's move on, since we talking about LA stuff. Let's talk about Miss Vanessa Bryant. Miss Vanessa said, girl, these police officers that took a picture of these folks who took a picture of the crash site with my family that I lost, I'm airing you out. And that's exactly what Vanessa Bryant did. And LA County is pissed off. They're like, girl, you putting these folks in danger. Oh well, because you put my mental health in danger with taking pictures of something that shouldn't have been documented like that, other than to document the crime, but not for you to send it to TMZ. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Now y'all want protection. Girl, bye. Bye. What did homegirl say? I asked y'all to leave. Bye, period. Like, I just could not believe, I can sort of believe it. I can believe, because if there's anything it's gonna do is protect some slave patrollers. I mean police officers or whatever you want to call them this week. So yeah, y'all look into that story, because I thought I know it's been a year or something since the situation, but I remember it like it was yesterday, because I was like, girl, these folks is really out here posting this like crash site photos. Like, y'all cannot be serious. Like, y'all can't be. It's sick. It's sick. Y'all are sick. Moving on, let's talk about Chris Rock, girl. Chris Rock recently was doing an interview and he was talking about cancel culture. Let me tell y'all something. If it's somebody always talking about cancel culture, it's a person that ain't never been canceled. Chris Rock, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Chris Rock said that the reason why you were not getting any new material or any funny stuff is that stuff is boring, essentially, is because cancel culture, because folks are scared. And Donald Glover said this, or kind of alluded to this probably a couple of weeks ago on Twitter, that they are terrified to say anything about anything because the folks are too sensitive. If you can't, as a comedian, if you can't make a joke, if you can't make a situation funny to bring awareness, attention to it and make it funny, then you're not a comedian. That's why I don't call myself a comedian. Comedian is some real work. That's why I support people like Lunel and Monique that can be talking about stuff without being problematic. Monique got on several years ago, Queens of Comedy, a legend, and talked about gays like doing anal sex. Literally joked about it, said she can't do it. Not one time that she dropped the F-bomb. Not one time that she was using gay as a badge. This was in probably the 90s, where there was no social media to let celebrities know that this ain't it. Monique did that. And I'm not really surprised. Monique is a legend, and I love her, and I hope I get a chance to meet her one day. But, girl, like, this cancel culture, this made me not want to go see the new Saw movie because of Chris Rock. Now, that's going to be my cancel culture. Y'all are not getting canceled. When Kevin Hart said that stupid mess about beating his child for being queer, possibly, or playing whatever, girl, he's sitting here doing Capital One commercials. JT and what's the other girl named Young Miami said a couple of problematic things. Still here. Big Latto was literally calling herself Young Mulatto. Changed her name. Ain't nobody counsel her. Ain't nobody counsel y'all celebrities. If anything, we just dragging y'all, letting y'all know what it is. Ain't nobody counsel. Y'all still out here getting money. And now Mulatto done changed her name, and now she wanted, like, folks want to say that, they bullied her to change her name. She was using a term that was derogatory, that was literally used to bully black folks, black women. And she called herself that. And she didn't even understand it. Like, so you're not even one of those controversial folks that understand what it means to be controversial. You're just controversial and stupid. It made no sense for her to call herself. She should have eradicated the whole name. You could have kept the name. You big, you bad, you got it, you all of these things. Now she got a new song, a new video or something. I just saw it on Neighborhood Talk. Shout out to them. Where she said that her name got more press and more attention than her giving back to kids. Girl, you gave them some fire trucks and some toys and some Campbell suits and a couple of turkeys and chickens and shit for Christmas and everything else. What the f do you want? Like, y'all, you rich folk, you celebrities do this stuff and y'all act like somebody should praise y'all. Girl, every time I drive and I go down Peachtree and I see somebody, I got a couple of dollars, I get something, I don't get over here and document and record that because it don't need to be said. I am privileged enough to be able to give money back to folks who are not fortunate. And I know it's not their fault. I don't give a damn what they do with the money. So I'm not out here documenting and telling folks, oh, y'all out here give me money. I'm out here. It's funny. And people do that. Like, every time, which lets me know. When y'all do stuff, it's not because you care and you want to. It's because you want people to see you doing it. Because the moment somebody critique y'all, look at what I do. Look how many, look what I've done for the community. Look at these things. That's not your job to speak on that. That is the community's job to be like, hey girl, what's the name been out here like doing it? Like out here doing it, so you must not be doing too much. And to be honest, Miss Mulatto, Miss Big Latto, whatever you want to call yourself, give all your money away. And then we can talk. Give your money away to you ain't making no $1 million. That's what I want to see. You ain't doing nothing for us to make the move, because all you're doing is doing something for yourself, because all you're gonna do is write it off on your taxes. Girl, I know the game you talking about. I know the game you talking about. You can say that you did something, like, y'all want like praise for that. And even if you don't write off on your taxes, you can still use it as a brand thing to say, oh, look at what I do for the community, like you just did. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. Rap, talk your shit, move on about your business. I don't know why y'all think because y'all done passed out some turkeys every Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like, black folks need more help. People need more help than just some toys and shit. Pay these folks rent. Pay these folks mortgage for the next year or two. Do some stuff like that. Pass out some toys. Girl, I can go pass out some toys too. It ain't gonna matter if them lights get cut off next month. Pay these folks bills. Pay these folks rent for a couple years. Since y'all got it. Since y'all got it. That ain't nothing. It's a drop in the bucket to y'all. Let y'all tell it. Period. So yes, I'm glad that she semi-changed her name. But girl, we ain't giving you no claps for this little ass shit you doing, passing out little toys and trinkets and shit. Girl, go sit down, please, quickly. But girl, your name was stupid from the beginning. You should have never called yourself from that. You should have never done that. You should have never done that. Girl, the hood bitch from the south. You should have never called yourself Miss Mulatto or all that. It was dumb, and somebody should have told you that as soon as you said that's your name. But nobody didn't, so we did, and now you changed it. So Period. So let's talk about the Joe Budden podcast, Falling Apart, girl. It is quite interesting, girl. I don't know why, and that's kind of funny. I just got to talk about cancel culture, and Joe Budden has literally been called out for sexual harassment way before then. He's been called out for a lot of other things, and yet he got a Spotify deal. And he don't even want to pay his employees. He don't want to pay these two guys. They asking him where the money at, how much we getting, and he don't even want to share it. So recently, Olivia Dope dropped an Instagram video where she talked about the harassment that she received while working with Joe Budden on his podcast. And she did like a 26-minute video where she dragged it, and she just, she went in so hard that she got an apology from Joe Budden, which is quite interesting. But in the video, she was just talking about apparently episode 16 of See the Thing Is was the final straw of 3 months on the Joe Budden network. It took a lot to get to this point. Speak up, but the healing begins now. Thank you all to my Olivia Dope supporters until this point and beyond. So Olivia Dope is talking about this one episode where Joe Budden made some comments towards her, some sexual comments, and made her completely uncomfortable. And Olivia Dope also talked about when she hugged him, and he, when she went back and watched the video, he was like grinding, like he had grinded his waist on her, which is disgusting. Disgusting. He should be dropped from Spotify from there, but money talks. So the stuff was so bad that Joe Budden had to release a apology. I apologize sincerely to Olivia, her former co-host, our staff, and the public. In an effort to not further any trauma, the episode will be removed from all platforms. We support all women's rights, yeah right, to feel comfortable and protected in the workplace. Baby, had this been, if cancel culture was a real thing, if folks were really, it's not a cancel culture, it's really accountability. And if y'all were taking accountability seriously, the moment that this happened, it would have been shut down. And if cancel culture was a real thing, the world probably would be better. Because I've not seen no collective dragging where it was unwarranted. The only thing I've seen close was when Serena Williams had posted this picture of her by the pool, and folks said that she was bleaching her skin and all these other things. That's the only thing I was like, sometimes, yeah, folks be doing too much, but other people came out and took up for her and said, no, girl, she ain't bleached. Like, there's other pictures. It was probably a bad makeup day or whatever. Like, whatever. Like, Serena Williams is a beautiful black woman. Like, and I don't think she hates herself or whatever. But folks ran with it because she posted that photo, and it didn't look as flattering. But it's this thing, like, people are not coming down and counseling y'all or whatever, talking about y'all because y'all did something right. They're coming at y'all because y'all did something wrong. So if it really mattered and it was there, it's only certain times where, the dragging and stuff really did something. To be honest, I'm gonna have to use Nicki as an example. If it was real, Nicki Minaj would not be out here, still talking and be married to a man that has done what he did. If it was very serious, if cancel culture was a real thing, Nicki wouldn't be able to come back online after using her celebrity, her influence, and all her stuff to silence a black woman's story of abuse. If cancel culture was a real thing. It's not a real thing. It's a myth that folks who are mad that the world is evolving and the world is changing. And what's funny, when I go back and I think about Chris Rock, folks were sensitive. Do y'all know it was one time, like, white folks was out here doing blackface and had black folks doing blackface, performing this stuff for white audiences while making them walk from the back of the damn entrance? Like, y'all would say, like, this shit has always been going on. People are not sensitive. People are realizing that, hey, girl, that was trash. Even me, some of the stuff I've said, like, oh, girl, I wouldn't dare say that. Like, I recognize the harm that it has caused the person or the history behind said thing that I said. And I'm not interested in causing no harm to folks. So, like, people are not sensitive. People are not sensitive. You're just not talented. Chris Rock, you're not talented. You just don't have it. So, Joe Budden, I hope they do cancel your ass. I hope they shut all your shit down. I want to see the end of Joe Budden. I want to see that. And while we talk about them, let me go ahead and end this and talk about Miss T.I. and Tiny, because apparently, you know, there was they won a little bit of this recent case where they had a victim came out and spoke about something that they experienced in, I think, Las Vegas. But the statute of limitations ran out from the time frame that the situation happened, so it got thrown away. So they are looking at it like, oh girl, we out here making it. We out here, you know, look at us. We like the CD folks lying. No girl, the statute of limitations, that's not a win. The statute of limitations ran out for the situation that happened. That ain't no win. But I'm still supporting the victims, and I believe every word they have said. I would not be surprised, considering how trash the hip-hop industry has been. I would not be surprised that T.I., a prominent, known rapper that has said some problematic stuff, a couple of things, who has commented on his child's genitalia, I would not be surprised. It doesn't surprise me that he's been called out from some stuff that he did in the early 2000s. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me that he's been called out from some stuff that he did probably like a couple years ago. So girl, in that, support victims, all of those things. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoy y'all beautiful weekend. It is beautiful in Atlanta. I'm gonna edit these videos, get this content out for y'all, because I know y'all miss me and I miss y'all too. And until next time, I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.